Hi YouTube, it's Christy, Healthy and Casey. I'm here for my 1 month post-vertical sleeve gastrectomy video, and I went to the doctor today and I'm doing great. The doctor says everything's just as it should be. When I started the pre-op diet, I was 276. When I went to the doctor's office 3 days into my pre-op diet for my pre-op visit, I was 273, and today I was 243 at my 1 month visit. So that's 33 pounds total. So that's awesome. I'm really proud of that, and that's been in the last 6 weeks. How I'm doing great with the sleeve. I'm very grateful for having the sleeve. I feel like, you know, for the first time in my life, it lets me have control over what I'm putting in my mouth. And, you know, I was in the right frame of mind when I had this surgery. I was very well educated about the surgery and what to expect afterwards. So any pre-sleevers, I would tell you, definitely do your research. Do your research on your doctor if you're in Kansas City. My doctor's great, Dr. Faring. She's with Malley Surgical. Takes a lot of time with you and explains things and makes sure that you kind of, you know, have some guidance post-op too. Because some of my friends had surgery over at other places, and the post follow-up, you know, didn't seem as well. So, you know, I think that's important. I am still getting anywhere between 50 and 70 grams of protein a day. I'm not doing a whole lot of shakes. Only if I'm busy and in a hurry do I really do shakes, because frankly I don't think I can stomach too much more of the protein shakes. So when I went to the doctor today, she told me to mix unflavored protein, which I have, into my soups and sprinkle it on my fish and things like that. So I'm going to try that, and I'll let you guys know if it tastes, if it changed the flavor or the taste. Some of my friends are doing that and they say it doesn't, so I'll let you know. Exercise-wise, I am just walking. I'm doing between 2 and 3 miles a day. I live in a subdivision, so I walk up and down my subdivision. I do swim. We have a neighborhood pool, so I do some swimming and walking up and down the pool for resistance. She told me to wait 2 more weeks, and then I will start doing some weights and things like that. Also, I do the elliptical if it's really too hot outside, because unfortunately in Kansas City it's been like 107 degrees. It's been nuts. This week it's only high 90s, 97, so it's kind of a little relief from the heat. Luckily, I was on vacation last week, and it was like 112 here. We were in Florida. It's the first vacation ever that I've came home and I've lost weight. And so I was really happy, proud of myself. I felt really good. I didn't have a scale. So I just kept following the program, kept doing what my doctor told me. I ate a lot of fish. I ate a lot of scallops. You know, I have definitely using loseit.com to monitor my protein intake to make sure that I'm getting enough in per day. But it was really easy on the Gulf Coast because the fish was fresh and the scallops were fresh, so it was really good. And when I got them, I either got steamed fish or grilled, and it actually tasted pretty good. Fluid-wise, I do a lot of decaf teas, Crystal Light, Propel, Powerade Zero. I bought this cup here. This is really, it's 24 ounces, and I fill it up 3 times a day with various drinks and always have it with me full. I'm getting ready to eat, so I dumped it out, but because you can't drink before or up to an hour after you eat. And so this has been very good for me. And I always get my fluids in. That isn't a problem. Nausea-wise, I have not been nauseated. I know in my last video I talked to you about spasms. I haven't had those since about a week out. But they were maybe 2 weeks out. You know, just starting to eat food again, it cramped and spasmed, but I'm doing a lot better. I haven't had those in a couple of weeks. you know, eating very slowly, chewing everything at least 25 times, you know, putting my fork down, making sure I'm chewing and then swallowing. You know, the most important thing is to be cognizant of what you're eating and how fast you're eating it. So I've been following the rules, and I've been pretty lucky because I haven't vomited. And I haven't even been nauseated, except when I'm on my walks and I'm sweating and I have my water bottle there and I'm not thinking, not being cognizant and aware, and I'll gulp a little water and then I'll be like, oh, it's, you know, from the nausea. But couple other things, vitamin-wise, I'm taking Flintstones with iron, chewables, 1 twice a day. I am taking a sublingual B12. I think it's made by Nature's Made. It doesn't taste bad, and I thought it would, but it doesn't. And then I'm taking a biotin for my hair because I'm really not wanting my hair to fall out. So I'm really going to try and get that protein in because that would be bad. Also, I went today and she told me to start calcium and vitamin D. So I had these from pre-op. These are calciums. I got them at Costco. They have, let's see, 2 of them has calcium 500 milligrams and 1,000 units of vitamin D. So that gives me 500 of calcium and 1,000 of vitamin D. Plus, sometimes you know, with the sleeve, you have to kind of, sometimes things work with my stomach and sometimes they don't feel as good. Like I said, I'm never nauseated or sick, but it just kind of get indigestion. So I talked to my surgeon about that today. She said I may be taking like 1 bite too many then, so I'm going to be real cognizant of that. I've been taking a lot of Tums. So Tums have calcium in it too, so I don't want to overdo it with those. I also bought these. These taste like Tootsie Rolls. They're sugar-free. They're from Costco as well. Let's see, they're 15 calories per chew and 500 milligrams of calcium, and they only have 200 units of vitamin D. So just to switch things up so you're not doing the same thing. Exciting news. Those of you from my first post know that I have pretty severe asthma. I've been hospitalized many times for it. I have not had any asthma symptoms pre-op or post-op at all. And I go back to my asthma doctor in September, and Dr. Faring said that she thinks I should be able to get off some of my asthma meds. So it would be awesome if all I had to take was my inhaler and then my vitamins. So that's exciting for me. I wanted to thank all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you, and any advice you have for those that have been sleeved a while. You know, I'm open to any advice. Basically, I'm doing great, and I'll update you in another month, and hopefully you'll keep seeing me shrink and shrink. I do notice quite a big difference in my face here, and I took my measurements pre-op. I'll probably do that again tomorrow because tomorrow is my official 1 month from surgery. So, you know, this has been a great tool, and I would tell anyone to do it. Of course, the first 6 days, maybe I was like, what have I done to myself? After that, when you get the hang of it, it's awesome. I mean, never before have I been able to lose, in 6 weeks, 33 pounds without hunger. So, and as far as hunger, you know, I don't get hungry per se, but I just feel empty. I feel like, ooh, my energy's low. I need to eat something, but not, you know, that grumbling hunger that I had pre-sleeve. Also, you're able to control your all of your cravings. I don't really have a lot of cravings. My kids, you know, I have a 10-year-old and a 16-year-old, so there's all kinds of junk food in here, and I think, you know, I don't even think about trying to eat any of it. I think part of it is you have to have the mindset. I went through this huge surgery, It's also financial. It costs money to do this. Spend a lot of time researching it, and my reasons for doing this was to be healthy for my kids, healthy for myself, to be able to move around better as a nursing instructor, to be able to fit in those tight corners with the IV poles and not get out of breath when I'm bending over and things like that. So I'm really excited for what the next year will bring, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.